There are a few different ways to convert a black and white photo to color. In a separate tutorial, I went over how to colorize a black and white photo by selectively adjusting hue or by using layer blending modes combined with the brush tool. In this tutorial, I'll show how to use channels and selective layer adjustments to add color to a black and white photo. This one you can actually download from the link in the YouTube video description, covered under Creative Commons as long as there's the attribute. Go ahead and download that one or use your own. It can be a landscape or a portrait, it doesn't matter. Basically what you want to do, I'm going to press Ctrl J or Command J on the Mac right away to work on a new layer, just to have it. And then you can also compare it to the original as well when we're done. So we can work in RGB mode or CMYK mode. It just depends on what kind of look you're going, how many channels that you want to use. For this example, I'll just use RGB. Okay. So first thing you want to do is select that sky. So the quick selection tool will work fine for this if I just click and drag over the top like so. And okay, so that when it has a definite differentiation there, the quick selection will work pretty well. If you have a couple other areas you need to add to, you can always click the lasso tool and hold Shift and add to, or use the selection up here and add to it, or press Alt or Option on the Mac and you can subtract from it as well. You can also refine the edge if you need to. If you go to Select, Modify, you could add a feather, or you can go Refine Edge, and you can do a smart radius of a couple pixels if, for example, like a tree, if you want some of the selection to kind of go in some of the areas where it might have not selected right away. And you can also smooth it out, feather it a pixel or two if you need to. I'm just going to leave it like that. I think it's a pretty defined edge there for this example. Next, go ahead and click on the bottom of the Layers palette to add this layer adjustment. We're going to go to Curves, and where it says RGB, or if you converted to CMYK, we'll just go to Image, Mode, CMYK, either way. Just select one of the actual hues. So if we have red, it'll go up like so, and then red, we'll take away red, click and drag it down like that. So to get blue, I'll bring the red down a little bit and bring the green down just slightly. And you can experiment with the other ones. You can bring blue up a little bit. You just don't want too cartoonish unless you're doing some kind of special effect. Alright. So I think that one looks fine. And just go back to Layers. And now select that Layer 1 again. And I think for this we'll use the Quick Selection tool again. I think it'll grab that pretty well. Alright. Again, we'll add a adjustment to this layer. I'm going to go to Curves. Instead of RGB or CMYK, go to the specific channels and just kind of experiment and see what different modes work best, or different, CMYK or RGB, but different levels of the different channels. Alright, so if you want kind of a dirt look here, you'd leave it there. More green, you could bring it up. It's just depending on what kind of look you're going for. Alright, so after you're done with that, you can go back to the Layers palette, just go on this original image. You can also go to Image, Adjustments, and look at the levels too. I think this example is pretty good, but you can kind of see if you need to adjust that as well. And if you also go to Image, Adjustments, even Hue Saturation, bring the saturation up a little bit for the entire one, or you can add them to specific. If you separate some of them into layers, you could add them to specific layers as well for specific unique looks when you're colorizing that black and white photo. Alright, thanks.